In this Planet Zoo tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to create multi-level facilities and buildings. So if you want to learn how to stack up your staff facilities and have a multi-level building in your zoo, then you have landed on the right video. Right, here we are. First of all, we need to decide what facilities we are going to use. For this instance, I'm going to use two small facilities to start off with. So I'm going to use the trade shelter on the bottom floor. I'm going to place that down, and then I'm going to use the keeper's hut as well. We'll just place that over here for now because we don't want to place it on the top just yet. Alright, first thing we need to do is sort the pathing out. Now I know that the pathing system in Planet Zoo can be a pain in the ass, especially when you're doing multi-level buildings like this and going up and using steps and ramps. But hopefully this video will help you and help you understand the pathing system a little bit more. So first thing we're going to do is select a path, and then we're going to go select to grid, and we're just going to hover over here and you will see get to grid from 4 meter path piece. Just left click it and it will attach it to this grid what your facility is on. So just click out 1 and 2, and then you want to just fill out this area. So this will be the pathing in your zoo in front of your actual facilities, won't it? Very important to leave this gap here and just build in like that, and just leave a gap on each side like this. This is the easiest way to do it, and probably the most important part is to leave this gap. Second of all, we're going to now get our other staff facility and we're going to move it, and what we're going to do here, you see it's on ground level. On your keyboard, just hold the shift key and move your mouse up. You know when you've got the shift key held because you'll see that little arrow, watch. See it just pop up there in the center of the actual facility. So hold it down and just move your mouse up, and it will move it up 4 meters. Now we're just going to place it on top, but first of all we're going to rotate it around. So we want the door on the opposite side of the ground level. You see the doors at the back here, and the ground level, the door is at the front. So we've got door and window. On this side we've got door and nothing. And now we're going to go back into paths, and we're not going to press align to grid this time. What we're going to do is just hover over here, and you see how it just snaps to the top layer. See how that just snaps when we hover? Just left click just once, and then we want to go on align to grid, and we want to align it to the path what we just snapped to it. So just left click on that to go into the grid and align it. What we're going to do is we're going to go out 1, we're going to go in 1, and we're just going to leave it like that, and we're going to deselect from grid at the bottom right. Okay, and now it's very easy. All we have to do is hover over it, and hopefully it will snap. It might be a bit fiddly, so just bear with it. Just hover over it until you get a nice set of stairs, and then just left click. This is the only way how to do it. I will show you what it looks like if you do this step wrong. See, if we don't go out 1, we get funny looking stairs like this. If you place your staff facility above first and not when you've put the paths in, it will just not let you place the paths. And if you don't leave the gap, it will just not let you build the stairs because it's too close to the top paths. So let's just go through it very quickly one last time, because this is the most important step. The pathing and the way, the order you build stuff is what is going to complete your 2-story building. It's the only way you can do it is this way. So again, we're going to add it to this group, place it down, we're going to get our paths, snap it to there, then we're going to go on align to grid, come out and then in, deselect grid, and then just hover over it, and you will see it will snap to the bottom path. Just, again, very fiddly, but you will get it. There you go. So now we have got the basis of a 2-story building. Now I'm going to do up this and make it look like an actual building, and I'm going to do that in real time for you to see kind of like my thought process really. By the way, we left this other gap here just in case, you know, you do want to create a second flight of stairs. Very easily done. Like that. Right, so you've got your staff facilities in, and it's now time to do up this building and make it look like an actual structure. Now you've got your facilities in place, and it's time to spruce them up and cover them up a little bit. Make it look like an actual building. I'm going to do this quickly. It's not going to be rushed. It's not going to be speed build. I'm going to do this kind of like step by step. Again, design is totally up to you. I said this all the time in my videos. It's all about getting creative in Planet Zoo, isn't it? So just let yourself get creative. I'm going to go with the plaster pieces. And we're just going to build this up quickly. And then I'm going to show you how to do a larger multi-story building. Alright, plaster pieces. We want to add it to the same grid. I'm going to go there. And it's just about covering stuff up, isn't it, really? We build like this. We're going to go out there and just cover the whole path as well as the building. That'll go in there. That'll go in there. We get the door frame. Very quickly just mock something quite simple but effective up here. Let's go roofs. We're going to recolor the roof to a slightly different color, I think. And then we're going to lower the grid size to 2 meters. We're just going to come out 2 meters there, 2 meters there. And then I think we're going to come out with another one of these, recolor it to the same color as the roof. And just make it flush with the roof. Like this. Get one of them in there and close that off. Kind of little modern theme going on, haven't we? Right, with these stairs, let's talk about these stairs. We need to cover them again. And the best way to cover them is to use the same pieces, but it won't cover them totally. I'll show you what I mean now. A really easy way to do it, if you're not bothered about being a bit of a perfectionist like I am, is just to do this. Let's just recolor that. Sorry, let me just go back into the group. So it's the same colour. This is the easiest way to do it. Just use the slanted roof pieces. And just like that. If you're not bothered about, you know, the little bits poking in and out. But I am. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to start from the top. And get a little trim. So conservation pieces. I love this conservation piece here. And then we're just going to layer it on here. Make sure it's level, of course. Just to cover this kind of like natural stairs. Just like that. And then we'll duplicate it. We'll select everything together. We'll duplicate it and bang it on the other side. Just like that. And then I'm going to go down because it is quite a thick stair. I'm also going to cover the sides like this. Make sure that's all level and nice and neat. Zooming in. Again, like I said, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. You don't have to do this. You can see that the path is now covered. Right, now that the little pokey out bits of the path are covered, you can then go into plaster pieces, but go on off the grid plaster pieces. And just start kind of like layering these out, really. Match it up with the other plaster piece. Just like that. And then you can copy that over to the other side. There we go. What I'm going to do now is add the little bit of detail, so like the trim around the window, the door frame. We're going to use the same conservation pieces to keep the same colour scheme going and just spruce things up a little bit. I'm sure you don't want to watch me do that. It's literally me just adding wooden pieces to corners and door frames. Right, let me show you what I added. First thing to do was added a floor on the top part and at the bottom part and recoloured the facilities to all black. We added window frames and door frames, little sign saying staff, little planter and a little, you know, a little plant pot and a little flower, So the side of the building, we needed to make it look functional. So we added some railings to make it look more realistic, and a door, canopy area, and an aircon unit. And there you go, you've got your multi-story done up facilities. And the larger facilities work in pretty much exactly the same way as the smaller facilities. I like to place a smaller one on top of a bigger facility. Again, just hover over it and snap it. And we're going to do the same method, come out, come in, deselect from the grid, and then line it up just like that. And again, you just want to cover that area and make it into a building like I did here. Now to put a big one on top of a big one is again exactly the same, but you've got to bear in mind that your path is now going to stick out and it's going to be a larger building. So again, we're going to snap it there and we're going to do exactly the same to get it to the original path. Deselect from grid, line it up. There we go. And you just want to cover the whole of this area, and then it's totally up to you. You can start building paths out like this, and you could even put another facility here, couldn't you? So if you go on this facility, you can even put opposite one and start building up your 2-story or even 3-story. Just bear in mind, you're going to have to cover all your paths like this and have different pathways, but the same principle works with pretty much every facility. Right, there's a problem here. This might happen to you, so if it does, I'm going to show you how to resolve this issue. And it's the terrain modification or obstructed notification. And it mainly happens with the 4x4 meter facilities. Now watch what happens. If I say method, I go to build the stairs, right? Look, obstructed, I can't build it, right? What we need to do is go into the build and just delete the facilities out of the building group, just like that, okay? And then even so, when you do it, it will then let you connect. Strange, I know, but that's just the way it is with Planet Zoo sometimes. So then go back into facilities and you're just going to replace in your facilities. So what did we have? We had a quarantine small. Make sure it's added to the same group. Get that back in. And then we had a veterinary surgeon. There we go. Sorry, that was too high. There we go. And then again, we're just going to... Remember, you're going to cover these paths anyway. Don't worry about how your paths look. You are going to be covering them. Even like little gaps like this, when you place like the custom flooring down, it will cover them. So don't worry too much. Don't try to be like a perfectionist or anything like that. I mean, you can easily redo this anyway. Just align that to grid, just like that. And there you go. That's how to get around that obstruction notification when you go into place your stairs with 4x4 meter facilities. And that really is the basics of building 2-story buildings. And like I said earlier in the video, if this video did help you any sort of way, then smash that like button. And if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. My name's Adam, and I will catch you in the next Planet Zoo video.